Hello, I'm Kathleen Slaven of KathleenSlavenArt.com. You know what? Thank you for taking the time to get to know me a little bit and see my art. That gives me so much joy. So first I'm going to tell you a little bit about how this all occurred. As a child, of course, I doodled all the time. And my aunt in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, Aunt Joanna, is still to this day a professional artist. So I grew up seeing Joanna Paleman's art all over the walls of her gorgeous apartment for very many years. So with that influence, let's jump to high school. And in Springfield, Virginia, this was A+ as I would, get a lot, which was fun. But this was my first graphite, one of my first graphites that I did in my African Violet. So let's progress then. Life goes on and I move out west, I go to college. Art wasn't in my history now, or in my focus, let's say, until I owned businesses, I was an image consultant, and for years. And all of a sudden, let's jump to 2017. A terrible accident, concussion, kept me from being on my computer, which was 2 of my businesses. So with that happening, a silver lining did occur. And the silver lining, my brother Scott, who's a year younger, called me and he says, "I can't believe what happened. Pick up your pencils." Well, I'm really happy he said that, because for years I had been taking photography right here in my backyard. Ospreys, we have a relationship. I submitted my Einstein osprey, and it's a cute picture because the wind blew his feathers, but really they loved the name too, the comical portion of that. Well, that then went into my Einstein pencil drawing. This is not the original, this is a print of it. And then we just, progress. A girlfriend shared her lovely picture. I do have egrets in my backyard as well, but this one's from Georgia. And a girlfriend said, "Oh my gosh, I took this in a storm in Georgia." She shared the picture, and with her permission, I drew it. Now this was a challenge because of the white on white. So this is where I learned to use titanium white. It goes beautifully with colored pencils. My specialty is colored pencils, graphite pencils, and a lost art called Silver Point, and I'll get to that in a minute. Let's see, here's another graphite, little owls. This is a nice story. The original went to dear friends of mine in Santa Fe, New Mexico. They are falconers, and this was one of their beautiful birds. It's a gyrfalcon. Well, I drew that on blue paper. Well, guess what? With everything going on right now, it turned into a very popular mask as well. So good things come out of not so good. Same thing here with the little kitty. So I love animals. I'm all about eyes. If you notice, Shakespeare, eyes, the windows to the soul. And I've always thought animals, creatures, do have souls. Nobody can, anyway. So that's a whole big subject. When I'm drawing, once I get the eye, this subject comes alive for me, and I get very excited about that. I have to tell you, I just do. What else can I show you? Let's actually talk a little bit about this is a very difficult thing to film. Silver Point, if you look it up, it's a lost Renaissance art. And this is the little tool. You have to ground the paper. It's very hard board paper. But if you see the detail, and my aunt told me, "Kathleen, you have the touch." And I was thrilled to hear that. Let's see, this is a fun story in that the original's even bigger. My brother has it, my other brother. He challenged me 2 years ago. This is one of my missions, is to mention or to bring awareness to endangered species. Unfortunately, this guy is endangered. It is a Philippine eagle. So Joe says, after I had it done and everything and delivered it to him, he said, "Actually, I was challenging you just to see if you could do it." It made the entry into Martinis and Matisse, which is an enormous annual fundraiser here in Clearwater. Thrilled me to pieces. So anyway, there's just, each piece has this wonderful feeling and history about it. This little guy, the original is being framed right now But one morning I woke up about 2 months ago and I thought, oh, I'm going to put a bird in its own feather. So this is, of course, a peacock. Well, now it's a series. It's the beginning of a series of bird in its feather instead of bird of a feather, birds of a feather. I could go on, but a lot of my artwork is now being done by a dear friend. Puts my art on beautiful. Look at that, what she does. She adds, we're quite the team. She adds the bling and the beauty and the fun, and people can put their pets on all these things. This is a charm that you put on the wine glass, or you can even hang it on a Christmas tree, just saying. And special pets, I do so you could do the same thing. That's little Bella Boo, a dear friend of mine. So this is basically my passion, is making people happy with art, memories of maybe animals that they had in their past even. What else? And again, bringing my mission to the forefront, especially for our younger generations. Let's take care of these animals that be aware of these beautiful creatures that may not be around for long if I don't try to help and bring awareness. So with that, oh, this is the last piece. This is actually one of my first pieces, and that is called Plethora of Pelican. It also made, in 2018, the Martitas and Matisse. This is a tabletop that was made for one of my partners, by the way, are all of my art partners that work with me and help me create, once I've drawn it, are on my website. Again, I thank you for taking the time to get to know me and my artwork. I also invite you to Facebook, Kathleen Slaven Art, as well as LinkedIn, Etsy.com, and again, of course, the website. You can find out a lot more history, background on KathleenSlavenArt.com. Thank you.